In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to survive the mid game, always make it to the end game with good loot, with good mats, and in a good position to play out your game and get as many points as possible. So we're going to be VOD reviewing some of my games from the recent solo skin cup. I know what you guys are thinking, it's only a skin cup, but a lot of these games actually went to Storm Surge. There was over 400,000 people playing in Europe, and it was actually some good practice. We're going to VOD review these 4 games here, and we're going to be focusing more on the early and mid game and setting yourself up ready for the end game. All right, so flying down to my drop spot. This is where I'm landing on this zip line in the middle of the map. And this is where I land every single game. You guys need to have a game plan and you have to follow it. So I'm going to break down my game plan, explain what I was doing, why I was doing it, and just certain things that I'm doing in each game. So I head into my drop spot, get the loot, and then I just start farming mats. As you see here, I have a pretty decent loadout already. Good weapons. I've got a wingsuit for mobility. And I've also got decent heals. So I now spend the next couple of minutes just farming up, getting cap brick and cap metal. I've said before in some previous videos that the mid game is the most important part of your game. And this is still true to this day. The mid game is so important. It sets you up for the end game where you get all of your points. So if you have a good mid game, it's going to lead to a good end game. If you have a bad mid game, it's going to lead to a bad end game. So that's why the mid game is the most important factor. As we see here, I'm just sat here waiting. I've pulled a couple zones. I've got a decent loadout. I don't really have to do anything. I'm just hiding in a safe spot. And this is one of the best ways to actually survive the mid game, is just to hide. You don't need to build a big base. You don't need to run around and try and get in a good position in zone. The best thing to do is stay away from people and hide. Hide somewhere in a building, somewhere where people can't see your builds. Like if you build a base, they're going to know you're there. And if someone's keying, then they're going to key you in your builds. But if you just hid in a corner of a house, people aren't going to know you're in there. So what I do here, I stay in the bunker area until the zone closes. Now I'm just going to sit here, play some whites, let the zone move past me. And along with the zone, a lot of the other players are moving past me. So I'm going to have some sort of like safety in the storm. A lot of you guys are probably scared to play storm, but the storm is actually your friend. What I mean by this is like there's less players in the storm. It's a safe area for you to be. As long as you have whites and you know how to play it correctly, then you're going to be fine. So you see here, I come out of the bunker. I'm now making my way towards the zone. And I'm also farming up the rest of the mats that I need. If we take a look at the map, you can see I'm over here on this mountain. And there's no one anywhere near me. So I'm just completely safe out here to do whatever I like. And I'm basically just skipping the mid game by playing in storm. And I can't get keyed out here. Can't really get jumped on or die in any way. So I'm just completely safe out here to do whatever I like. And my strategy was play in storm until the 5th zone appears. And with these new zones this chapter, the 5th zone is the first partial zone. You see half of it's inside the zone, half of it's outside. This allows for really good storm plays because I'm able to go into the dead side over here. So anywhere over here where it's opening up, this is the dead side. There's going to be way less players in this area. And being on dead side is always good. You can refarm your mats. You're safe from other players. You can get more loot if there's like a POI there to loot up. And it also allows you to have an easier rotate on the next zone. So we see here, even though the zone pulled max from where I was, like all that way, I didn't go into the zone where all of these players are, as I would have probably got scuffed, lost all my mats and my heals. Instead, I just use the medkits that I have. I go all the way around the zone, and I'm going to get into the dead side over here. Now, you have to be careful doing this, because the 5th zone is now a 2-tick, so you have to make sure you have enough whites. And just like I said, by being in this dead side area over here, it allows for the next rotate to be so easy. Because I positioned here, and the next zone pulls down here, I basically just have the freest path just to run my way in. Whereas if I'd came in on backside, followed all these other people, I would have ended up here. And just look how hard that is to get out of there. You have to wingsuit and maybe die out the sky. You could try and run, but you're going to get shot. Like, it's just a mess in that area, and you don't want to be there. So I'm just running through the dead side here, get to a nice position in zone. And that is basically a perfect mid game. As you see here, I'm going into endgame. I've got nearly cap mats, decent weapons, only 3 bigs. But as you see here, I get a supply drop, and I'm able to find more heals. So I'm going into endgame with really good loot, and this allows me to go on and get a good placement in this game. And another great thing here, the zone just kept pulling into the dead side. I was here, it pulls into the dead side where no one is. So I just get another free rotate. You can basically just stack up these free rotates going dead side to dead side, getting the easiest rotates of your life, not having to waste mats, not having to waste heals, and you're just going to go into endgame as the most stacked player in the lobby. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.